getting the raised garden beds in the ground today for my birthday. More like Mitch is doing it in the background. Broken ground, we're getting there. I'm currently not helping because we forgot to buy a shovel. So we borrowed one from our neighbors because they were super sweet and kind to let us use a couple of their tools. So I'm currently baking the bread to say thank you. Cold. I mean, it was 77 degrees like 2 days ago or something, and now it feels like it's in the 30s. It's cold, and it feels like it's about to rain, and Mitch is awesome for sticking it out, and the beds are almost done. It's really, really exciting. So, we're almost there. Just wish it would warm up a tad. I am back with my handy dandy measuring tape, and I'm going to measure out our garden beds because we've built as much as we can, and now we just need to get soil. That's the next step, and then after that we'll put in some of the fencing and things like that. But first we need to order some compost. Oh my god, it's bright. So it just rained a whole bunch yesterday, and it's soggy and wet. I guess the other step that I need to do is I need to seal the wood, which I have not done yet, and I need to. Neighbor dog, this is mine. That's not yours. And I'm not throwing, no! I'm not throwing you my camera. No, that's fine. I'm watching you. Some tomatoes and cucumbers. Yeah. So that was exciting. My neighbor was asking about a bread recipe that I made them because they lent us some tools to help us build the garden bed. So I baked them bread as like a way to say thank you, and she liked it so much that she wants the recipe. And I will put the link down below. I forget the woman's name, but she has a book out and everything. It's called like My Mother's Peasant Bread. Hey. Okay, so I have all of my measurements. I measured the length and the width of the beds and the depth. You didn't see me measure the depth just because I know it off the top of my head. It's 16 inches. I should also mention that I am rounding everything up. So if I have like a 3.5 foot width, I'm just rounding it to 4 because you are going to want more soil than less. If you're going to do this in your head, you're going to want to convert all of the measurements into the same measurement. So if you're dealing with feet, transfer everything into feet. Or you can cheat like I do and go onto a website which will calculate everything for you. And that'll like measure all of like your cubic feet into cubic yards and everything. So you just have to plug in numbers and it'll do it all for you. Again, the link will be in the description below. And then I'm gonna call a nursery in town and see if they can do bulk deliveries and how much it's gonna cost. That's the big one. I don't wanna know how much it's gonna cost because it's probably gonna cost a lot. And that's the thing that you guys should know is when you are building your first garden bed, it's gonna be expensive. And you're gonna think, well, this isn't worth it. It's cheaper just to go to Safeway or, you know, a grocery store. But you have to think that you know exactly what you're putting into your food. You can get all these crazy varieties that you normally can't buy in the store. And next year it will be cheaper because you will have bought a lot of your seeds already. You'll have seeds left over from this year. And your raised beds and everything will already be built, so you won't need to put money into those at all. And your compost will be ready to use if you're doing compost. So the amount that you're going to spend initially is going to seem like a lot, but then in the next years, you're going to spend less and less and less and less money. And so it is worth it. It's just you're investing in the future. That's what gardening is you believe in the future and you're investing in it.
Plant Farm, may I help you?
Hi, I was wondering, do you guys sell like bulk compost?
Yes, we do. We have mushroom compost for $39.95 a yard.
Perfect, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So it's $39.95 a yard and I need 7. So I'm gonna round up to 40 because there's probably gonna be tax involved. My handy dandy calculator. Sound like I'm from Blue's Clues.
Now what do we do? Right, we need our handy dandy notebook.
I'm weirdly okay with that. I don't know why. It's gonna be $280 and they do a mushroom compost, which is awesome. But Jesus, $280 is a lot of money. My neighbor said that he was gonna deliver like a potato compost, but he hasn't done it yet and I need the soil now. The question is, do I want to spend $280 or do I want to wait for my neighbor to deliver things? That's a lot of money. Well, in the meantime, while I'm trying to decide, I will show you guys all my baby little plants. So here are some of my plants. Most of these ones up here are the ones that haven't sprouted yet, and they're mostly like peppers and eggplants, things that are a little bit warmer. That's why I have them inside on a little grow mat, like heat mat, so they get nice and toasty. I do have this guy in here because he's a melon and he needs extra warmth. And as you can see, this is a melon Kajari from Baker Seed Company. This is what it would look like when it is mature. Hopefully, that's the idea, is that it'll look like that beautiful, lovely fruit right there. But I planted all of these, should have the date somewhere. There's Baker Creek on the 19th of March, and it is now the 4th or something of April. So, and they've gotten that big already, which is very exciting. So none of these guys have popped up yet, but I have things like peppers, Golden Dagger from Seed Territorial. This is one of my favorite peppers ever. It starts off kind of sweet and then has like a really awesome, lovely little spice kick to it at the end. It's really great. Oh no, Osborne seeds. Sorry, Osborne seeds. Then I have eggplant, which I'm very excited about this one. I've never grown it yet. It's called Thai Lavender Frog Egg. I got these from Baker Creek Seeds as well. So there's lots of little gems in here. This one's interesting. I'm excited about this. I've never grown it before. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Naranjia? Orange? It's supposed to taste kind of like an orange and a lemon. It's supposed to be really good for fruit. And I also got that from Baker Creek Seeds. So now I will go downstairs and show you the ones that are outside that are growing and sprouting. Woohoo! I have some bachelor button flowers growing, which are edible, which is why I'm growing them, because I like everything you can eat. It'll make your salads look really beautiful. And these guys are cucumbers. Miniature white are one of my favorites because they're not super bitter like some cucumbers can be, and they grow super easily. Yeah. And then I have some ground cherries here. Ground cherries can be a little bit hard to start. That's why I put them in this container, so I could have like an extra little greenhouse space in here. They need a lot of heat in order to get started. But once they get started, they go like no other. And they're pretty easy to grow after that point. So, and then in here I have two kinds of onions. I have a yellow onion here, and I have a purple onion in here. These guys don't have a high germination rate right now because the seeds were like 4 years old. So that's a good note for you guys. When having seeds and saving them, the germination rate goes down every year that you save them. But if you have them for like a year or two, the germination rate's still pretty good. But these guys, like I said, were like 4 years old, so. Sandy's making a lot of noise. Yeah. So this tomato is called Sun Green, and it's green and super sweet. I'm very excited about it. I have one little guy doing his thing. It won't focus, but you know, you get the general gist. And then, let's see. Here's an eggplant. This one's called Cookstown Orange. It's actually a red eggplant. My friend discovered this variety, and so I'm pretty excited to try it out and see. It kind of looks like a tomato almost, but it's an eggplant. So I'm excited to report on that one when I actually get fruit from it. Aren't those so cute? Look at them. They're so fluffy and cute and stubby. Yeah, so those are the purple artichokes. These are hillbilly tomatoes, which are my favorite tomatoes. They're like an orangish, a large orange, very juicy tomato that's really good for fresh eating. And it's called a hillbilly tomato, and I got them from Seed Territorial. This one is a lemon cucumber, which if you guys frequent farmers markets, a lot of times local farmers will sell the lemon cucumbers. So that one's another little cute little plant. And then these guys haven't grown yet, but this one's another cucumber, the sour gherkins, which again can be really finicky to start. As you can see here, there's nothing. But once they get going and established, then they're pretty easy. But those are fun. They look like tiny little watermelons, but they're like a sour cucumber. They're really cool. So that's kind of all of the plants that I have going right now. And I will keep you guys updated on how they're growing and give you little growing tips as we get along. Apparently we're the new dog hangout spot. Where is it? There it is. You want this? Is this what you want? Okay. So it turns out that a couple days after I was doing all the soil calculations to see how much it would cost and how much we would need to order, our neighbor delivered a whole bunch of soil. So I'm super excited about that. Saves us like $300. Mitch is putting all the soil into the garden bed. I'm super excited, and I'm gonna go stain the wood so that it is a little bit more waterproof and doesn't like completely rot out. So anyways, we're almost there. It's looking so good. I'm gonna go show you what it looks like now. It actually looks like a legit garden bed. So exciting. Officially exhausted and very muddy and pretty sunburnt. But as you can see, we have the fencing up, the soil's all in. I even created a little side flower bed like outside of the raised garden bed area with some extra stones that we had lying around. I think the next step really is just getting in the little gate and sowing the seeds and planting and starting things. I think I'm gonna have a beer and a shower and maybe put some aloe vera on. But anyways, it's been a really great day. I'm gonna sign off from here, but enjoy your guys' gardening time and growing things, and let me know what you guys are growing and what kind of varieties you guys have started in your greenhouse or in the windowsill of your home. Yeah, I will talk to you guys later. See ya.